A dominant performance from Silverbacks.
Evidently, he was doing his best cosplay of a Torbjorn turret.
Bloop, 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 bloop. Molten Visor!
So now it is the choice of STE as to what map they want to go to when they did tell us that they... Oh, we're actually going to an escort map first, and they didn't tell us which escort map they like. They don't want to go to Route 66, though, because that's Silverback's favourite map. And you rarely want to fight a gorilla in its home turf.
Yeah, no, STE is going to be looking for every map advantage that they can take as we move into round 2. But yeah, any MVPs you just want to call out in that last round? I just want to praise Smokey again. Yeah, there we go.
In the immortal words of Eric Longquist, boops for the boop god, and Smokey was certainly setting up quite the sacrifice on Sanctum there.
Absolutely. He's the rogue sleeper agent. Nobody expects the Lucio, right? And just the fact that there's no counterplay. Somebody's shooting bullets at you, you can matrix it, right? Somebody's booping you. Well, you can just cross your fingers and hope you still land on the point.
Indeed, you may play Lucio to drop the beat and amp it up, but this guy was just dropping fools himself.
Dropping fools into the pit. Say hello to the ground.
Sending them on a treasure hunting expedition, and this is a curious choice. Silverback's probably praising the boop god who came back to them for those sacrifices, bringing them straight in to the glorious Route 66 that they love so much.
Yes, very interesting pick from STE here. But definitely a map that you can have more flexible comps. Ibeling is not going to have to go with a shield tank necessarily. Dive defense, always very strong here. As early on, interesting, STE may just be going for the Bastion strat. Something that we've been seeing a lot more in Owl.
This is where the Bastion strat was potentially first pioneered back in the day, like when you had 2 Reinhardts and 2 Widowmakers along with it. One hero limit.
Oh, unlimited! Oh my god.
You have changed the face of Overwatch esports forever. Much, much for the better for anyone who's ever seen a 5-minute stall of Lijiang Tower by 6 Tracers.
2 Tracers, 2 Lucios, 2 Reapers was what C9 ran back in the day when Mendo was on the team, and there was unlimited, just Tracer, Lucio all day. Anyhow, it's going to be Silverbacks on the attacking side first off, and it's going to be Swift who is lighting up the skies on that Pharah pick, going with a Widow this time around.
Curious what we'll be seeing with Bastion on defense. I figured that they'd be more prone to using it on offense here, but we'll have to see what Silverbacks can come out to make their first debut here. They may well be coming out with quite a bit of damage because Swift's going to be here on the Widowmaker. He's already shown off his Pharah chops, but can he show us what the Widow can do?
Yeah, Swift eating all kinds of damage all right off the bat, but it's going to be Smokey making sure that purple French lady can stay healthy, applying that pressure there. The question will be if they can get through Ibelong's shield. Already, though, Mad Sparrow in the back on that Zhang, brought so incredibly low, finally gets healed up there. A really risky moment because STE, if they lose a single member in this first battle, they will likely be giving up point A.
Indeed, Postural's laying down so much fire here, but it goes down to Zeev to make sure that this cart remains in contention. Mr. Roadhog just bouncing around, trying his best to get in onto Blaze, get that highly charged Zarya out of contention, but Posh is going to fall, so is Z-Dragon, and that's so much damage that's going to be missing now from the defense of STE. It's going to be flaccid, it's going to be without teeth, and now all of Silverbacks are free to move forward.
Yeah, no imagination managed to bring Postural back when he's taken down by that Widow, but that means that he was giving up Z-Dragon, forcing that McCree to walk back on his slow old man legs back to this point. But there is the Valkyrie on the field here, but Silverbacks excellently just waiting that out without engaging or investing heavily in the fight. Z-Drifter, though, now with the whole hog here, blowing everybody off of the payload, but the re-engage is strong. Silverbacks compiling back in with Shoota's Transcendence, and still all of the kill feed lighting up red for Silverbacks.
Indeed, speaking of heavy investment, everyone's about to experience density because Blaze has laid down the Graviton Surge, sucked all of STE's defense in and sent them packing right back to spawn.
Wow, that was just a really dominant first fight. I mean, I don't think Silverbacks ever really reset fully. The whole time STE were just trying to sustain rather than finding the frags. But ooh, Z-Dragon with a switch onto Junkrat going to be picking up the first one onto Smokey. That'll definitely slow down the offensive push.
Indeed, it may well do, and ZV has moved onto the Winston here. He's going to be looking to move onto Swift, make his life a little bit more difficult, make sure he doesn't have as much space as he wants to move in onto this defense from STE. They're going to be setting up behind this Orisa shield, making sure the Postule has all the protection he needs, but first Postule needs to get behind it. He's a little bit caught out here on top of the gas station. He's going to decide to set up here. It's a brave little world for this little Bastion. He's going to have to back off and heal after eating a fire strike.
Ooh, this Bastion, though, manages to take down Luis, though. That might just be the opening that STE needed to restabilize, but no, Smokey in with the res. Doesn't even need to use the Valkyrie in order to bring that shield back in for the attacking side. Now, Postule, on the payload, just looking to see what he can do by himself. A lone Bastion against the world, and despite that tank mode, he's going to be going down in a blaze of fire from Blaze. That Zarya has been so incredibly high charged this entire game, and although she's an off tank, Blaze has been wielding her laser cannon as pure DPS.
Yes, and reward for said DPS is going to be the Graviton Surge, which can put the next push in the bag for the Silverbacks as they move in here. There's very little to defend the side of ST as they come in, so it's all going to go on Blaze, and in comes this. Oh, that is a big grab, and everyone was pulled out of the Orisa shield, crucially as well, which meant Swift could pick up headshot after headshot. It's easy pickings for this Widowmaker, adding a couple more notches to her belt.
Finally, you see that Postule has swapped off of that Bastion pick, taking the Reaper up instead. Great pick against the heavy tank lineup of Silverbacks, but he will be on the back foot in terms of ultimate charge. Only 10% for that Reaper right now. But his DPS friend there, Z-Dragon, does manage to take out Swift, so Silverbacks will be losing some of their DPS threat here as, Marshmallow falls shortly thereafter.
Indeed, Swift was caught out early and he's now going to be changing to the Hanzo. However, that does mean that Silverbacks here on their offense are going to be moving in without that much damage. Now Blaze is just trying his best to stay alive, farm with a little bit of energy, especially farm with a little bit close to that Graviton. It's only 30%, and he's going to be moving straight back to spawn as well, courtesy of Postule and a couple of Hellfire shotguns. And now, on the offense, Silverbacks are going to have two ults in their roster. They're going to have the Earth Shadow, which they can lay down. It's going to be down to Zeev to try and protect his team from that with that Winston bubble. Very important, and Smokey here is going to be able to lay down the Valkyrie, but he's going to be caught out if No Imagination can do it second.
I was just about to say Postule has an advantage as a Reaper here within these close quarters, but it's going to be the Earth Shatter, bringing things in, finishing up this fight here as it's just a last-second Primal Rage. Z-Drifter does manage to escape with his life, but he burned that crucial stall ultimate, not going to be able to use it at all around this third point. And now things are looking a little bit dicey for STE as Ibelang eats a Helix from Marshmallow, who has switched off onto that Soldier 76, bringing in a little bit more consistent damage, swapping off of that Tracer to supplement Swift's Hanzo.
Indeed, the Hanzo is going to be coming in potentially soon with a Dragon Strike, almost 100% on that ultimate. He may well be able to follow up anything coming in, but Z-Dragon's going to be putting the nail in the coffin here. Blown away is the offensive Silverbacks, going extinct right here.
Going extinct indeed. Z-Dragon, once again with that big hero play that his team needed there. Whether it's the McCree or the Junkrat, this man finds the stabilizing kills. I believe that was like a 3K with the tire and then one just vanilla death. That's like 2/3 of the team wiped just by himself. However, it's going to be on the shoulders of his DPS partner, Postule, in order to make something happen with, he had that Death Blossom. He's going to go down early in the fight yet again.
Stability has been achieved, but Smokey has the method through which to take it all away. Lewis is going straight in, deep with Banana Boost. He's not going to be able to pick up anyone, though. He's put himself in the middle of nowhere where he can't pick up any hits.
Graviton Surge now coming in, but Postule had the answer to it. Death Blossom out, takes down the Zarya, but meanwhile, the kill feed has been entirely blood red, like the floor of the third point of Route 66, as Silverbacks look to bring the payload home. It's just going to be a tiny bit of stall left from Z-Drifter. He's so incredibly close to his Primal Rage, but he's not going to get it. Cut down in the prime of his life. They're going to be missing that crucial Winston as they come and try to finish out this map.
Indeed, however, once more, Z-Dragon has come in with that hero tire, and that's both of the DPS for Silverbacks down. That's going to make this push toothless, and potentially all the way back to spawn as well. We're going to need to make a swift escape here.
Yes, backing up here, Z-Dragon yet again.
Stop! They have families!
Yes, exactly. They have families, my friend, but they're going to be put in the dirt at the same time. Beautiful Concussion takes out both of the supports, and that's absolutely going to mean a full reset for Silverbacks. Soul Tenebris barely hanging on. But
Crucially, Silverbacks, in that last fight, they had to commit so many ults. They put in both the Reinhardt with the Nano Boost, and they also put in the Valkyrie as well. And not getting anything out of that Valkyrie when you had the advantage is going to mean that this next fight is going to be so much harder, because no imagination Silverback with her own Valkyrie, and that's going to mean that everyone can have all of that additional healing. 60 HPS for everyone in range of that. But no, it's going to be Marshmallow coming in from the back. He's punished for it, but that's a treat we'll take any day of the week and twice on Sundays.
Indeed, that's going to mean no resurrection, and crucially, none of that healing to keep the Reaper up. Postrel had the opportunity to end things, but it's going to be Luis looking to end things now with his own Earth Shatter. Managed to lay flat a couple of STE Esports, but they're not going to be able to convert on that, as it's an absolute brawl here now. Diva Bomb out there, and oh, it actually manages to find Shooter there. Matsborough picking up Smokey right afterwards, and STE, have they done it? It is 15 seconds left here, and Marshmallow going to be going down to another excellent tire from Z Dragon. Silverback's going to be desperately trying to just touch a toe here to start overtime, and they're going to have everything, all the eggs in the basket of Blaze's Graviton in this next push.
Oh, Luis!
Oh!
Very close, but no cigar for the Reinhardt. Overtime not triggered, but I don't think that's a consolation to Matsborough, who was turned into Irish goo.
Oh, wow. But, sacrifice your body for the better good. STE.
I don't think he really slowed down, Lewis.
No, indeed, no. I mean, Lewis won the battle there, but unfortunately, Silverbacks lost the war, unable to finish out the map in the very last meters of Route 66. Whew, man. But very strong showing from STE right there in the third point. It looked so dire, especially considering how quickly they were getting rolled through the streets phase. To be able to hold at the very last second, find those ultimates, find the kills. Oh, man. Okay, I need to take a breath here.
Well, while you take a breath, I'm going to tell you what I think is going really well for Silverbacks in this next round. Swift has moved back onto this Farah, and that's super important. Because thus far, we've seen that STE seem to have rather weak hit scan play, but Z-Dragon on this Junkrat is getting so much value, and you're going to need the Farah to try and deal with that. It's so hard for Junkrat with those imprecise projectiles to try and take out a Farah in the air.
That's absolutely true. Traditionally, Junkrat is hard countered by Farah, but nowadays, I mean, I would actually argue with those two concussion mines, he is actually a threat in the air himself. However, it's going to be a question of how Z-Dragon chooses to use those abilities, as STE has their own chance to take the first map tonight. And interestingly, Z-Dragon is going to be on the Widow, perhaps expecting a defensive Farah from Swift.
Well, thus far, Z-Dragon's been applying those mines well to blowing the limbs off of both Shooter and Smokey. Let's see if he can continue with that tyranny that he's been laying down.
I like this tank lineup coming out from STE. They know that Silverbacks likes to run those heavy tanks, so we're going to go full mobility. Diva, Winston, get up on the high ground, force the Orisa to fall down onto the payload, and at that point, then you have the advantage. Or, interestingly though, hey, Blaze actually wasn't set up on top of Big Earls at all.
And instead, he decided he was instead going to play the roadway. It was going to become a sort of roadblock to the progress of STE here, and it's going to start just like that, because no imagination and Z-Dragon have both fallen, and a flurry of kills coming in here for Silverbacks. They lost Smokey in the process. Someone's going to need to go and pick up their little Mercy, and now they're making sure they can stall out this Diva. A staggered, potentially not as deadly as it could have been, a little bit of a Mercy killing there for Ellie Balang.
Yeah, Ellie Balang gets a free trip back to respawn. Not going to be too far behind the rest of the team as they try to re-engage. Postrel has decided that Soldier is the best way to try and counter this Farah. Definitely a better pick than the Reaper. And immediately, Z-Dragon, as we predicted, showing up in the anti-air feed, takes out Swift, and Smokey is nowhere close enough to a safe spot to bring the Farah back into the game. And she herself will be filling up the kill feed as STE finally looked to be able to get some distance on this payload.
Crucially, that Swift was taken out the moment that he popped his ult. And that means that straight off the field, no damage was done, and Z-Dragon managed to pick up a free kill there. And he almost has his Riptire as well, and that's proven so deadly in these previous matchups. Swift coming in, but he's going to be chased off by the Moira of all players. That biotic ground's proving a little bit too much for the young Amari, and now the payload's going to be rolling into the second point.
Ooh, Farah Swift gets brought back to life and manages to escape with his body intact there. Both he and Smokey will be falling back behind point A, as STE actually managed to capture this first point with a very similar time compared to Silverbacks. And now rolling into the street space, they're going to have both the Valkyrie and the Diva Bomb to try and open up space, not to mention Postrul's Tac Visor, which is nearly online.
Indeed, what's he going to have in his sights? What he's going to have first is the Coalescence, which has come out courtesy of Mad Sparrow, and everyone's going to be experiencing all of the Baltic Grasp right now hooked in, though, and that's going to be a quick cancellation there. Down go all of the ults. Marshmallow letting loose that High Noon, but he's taken down by Posture, who's got everyone in his sights right now.
Ooh, Postrul showing up huge. He heard us praising Z-Dragon the last time. He's like, how about me, the soldier? I am equally capable of destroying the Silverbacks defense right here. A master class in utilizing that backline ultimate. Everybody's attention was drawn on Z-Drifter and that trying to jump onto Marshmallow with that High Noon, as everybody forgot about the soldier there. And now STE applying the pressure here, trying to hold Silverbacks in this choke as the payload rolls into B.
Indeed, where the attention should be focused soon is Blazes. Oh, and it's down. Not a glorious tale for the Orisa there. Down went the Supercharger, down went the Omnic, and down went any hope Silverbacks had of holding second point. And now moving in to the next. It's going to be Smokey as their last hope. The only ult on the field, with the exception of a Hohog, will be this Valkyrie. But they've got a significant Valkyrie advantage on STE, and that's incredibly important in this meta.
Yeah, Whole Hog out from Lewis right away. Very, very early. The payload actually hadn't even rounded the corner there, but the plan, there we go. Now we see it. Swift laying in that barrage on top of the heads of STE. There's not an umbrella in the world strong enough to hold against those rockets. And finally, STE going to be able to... Silverback's going to be able to hold for probably like the first time this fight so far, at this map so far.
Indeed, stability was assured, but it was at a price. Smokey managed to bring in the Valkyrie there, and it was potentially not needed. And now No Imagination is going to be able to come in with their own and apply that damage boost to anyone who needs it. The Transcendence has come out. It's circling around this self-destruct, but it won't heal you through that burst damage.
Ooh, STE, they had the ultimates there and they used them beautifully. They had the plan and they executed that. Coalescence scattering the defense there, perfectly timed with Abelang's Diva Bomb, was picking up all the necessary kills, and now they still have the Valkyrie pushing into the third point. Marshmallow now with that zoning dead eye, but the Diva's in his face. All he's going to get is a mech for his troubles, and he falls shortly thereafter to Ibelang. Valkyrie is already out here. No Imagination giving his team all the sustain, all the damage boost that he needs here. And the kill feed, though, going fairly evenly so far here, but no, Z-Dragon manages to pick up Blaze, and that is crucial. The Zarya is so incredibly close to the Graviton, means that this is going to be a STE win, tying things up here 1-1 tonight.
And on Silverback's favorite map of everything.
Yeah, ooh.
I said you don't fight a gorilla in its home, but apparently STE have earned the title of Extermination Crew.
Yes, they are not conservationists.
And here's Z-Dragon laying down the law and blowing everyone back to spawn. 4 kills for him, and then he picks up a 5th just after that. Fantastic play coming out of Z-Dragon, really coming alive in this set for STE, and bringing them back into this best of 5 set.
Yeah, absolutely, Z-Dragon. Postrul as well. I mean, they were both having so much trouble on the defensive side. Perhaps Postrul sticking to that Bastion pick a little bit too long, a little bit longer than was really healthy. But once they were on their preferred DPS, you saw that how they were just able to leverage their skill to bring home a commanding win, really. A considerable amount of time finishing out Route 66.
Indeed, and I kind of have a feel that we may have seen a bit more of a stalwart defense there from Silverbacks if there was a little bit more discipline from Smokey on when he used his Valkyries. He used the Valkyrie coming into the defensive third point when there were already 3 people dead from the STE offense. So there was no way that STE were coming back from that. And when you invest such a valuable ultimate such as Valkyrie, you then put yourself on the back foot, and No Imagination could really control the tempo of the next fight, the next engagement, with all that damage boost, all of those resurrections as well.
Yeah, they really had no answer for the attacking Valk. And Lewis and also kind of throwing out that whole hog there very optimistically. I think it was around that third corner on the defense. He felt a little bit caught out there, so decided to pop that hog. But unfortunately, Silverback's STE, very intelligently just decided to wait it out. The payload hadn't even made its way around the corner there, and that was kind of also a very crucial lost CC ult towards the end.
Indeed. No one puts Piggy in a corner, but they do put him into a 1-1 set. That much is for certain.
That's true, but now it looks like a couple of swaps going to be coming in for Silverback's team as we wait to see what our next map type will be.
Interesting.
It's going to be Assault.
They're swapping out the entire roster?
Most likely, they may just be coming in as a full 6, perhaps.
Now, Blaze is re-entering, and I will be quickly moving to get a drink. Please excuse me.
Yeah, indeed. Well, as
you can't see what's happening, Silverbacks just all left the lobby.
Yeah, Silverbacks all just left the lobby. So while we wait for the teams to sort out who they're going to be bringing in for round 3 tonight, we'll just take a quick break here. Everybody, all of our viewers who are watching, go, grab a drink, go pet your dog, and we'll be right back with more Overwatch after this.
From Blaze, ready and willing to bring down this assault coming in from the side of STE.
That was a great stun from Sniff, but people away here, but he's off the point. Sound barrier dropped from Smokey here, just giving that extra bit of sustain as JSI throws the tac visor into the fight and cuts down both down.
Tactical Visor's coming out, and he's got a couple of targets in his sight. So he's going to see Elijah falling right down into the depths, looking for Montana's gold, and that's going to be Silverback's bring.
Safe, going to be a very difficult. Oh, Ibelang yet again falls early. Swift, another 2K for this far. This man has been unstoppable. Just the icing on that Valkyrie in. However, will the res be enough? You can't just have your players come back. You need to be able to convert the kills, and JSI is going to put a stop to that thought right away.
Going to be on deck, 3 already available, and Swift moving in potential here for a little bit of a follow-up. Out comes the Tactical Visor first, where both offensive ults invest.
Hello, for all those who are wondering, the other team ended up forfeiting, so I guess it's over. Just enjoy these highlights.
Things up with a beautiful 2K right there, and now STE, Transcendence, and Z-Dragon going wild here on the point. McCree picking up 2 kills here. Zarya and the Mercy crucially going to be off the playing field, and finally there's going to be a tiny bit of stall left from Z-Drifter. He's so incredibly close to his primal rage, but he's not going to get it. Cut down in the prime of his life. They're going to be missing that crucial Winston as
decided he was instead going to play the roadway. It was going to become a sort of roadblock to the progress of STE here, and it's going to start just like that because No Imagination and Z-Dragon have both fallen.
As they try to re-engage, Postural has decided that Soldier is the best way to try and counter this Pharah. Absolutely, definitely a better pick than the Reaper, and immediately, in this choke as the payload rolls into B.
Indeed, where the attention should be focused soon is Blaze's. Oh, and it's down.
All the damage boost that he needs here. And the kill feed, though, going fairly evenly so far here, but no, Z-Dragon manages to pick up Blaze, and that is
sometimes you just gotta take a step back. Foot long joint, case full of gin. Every night we black out just to